Hey, pals. Thank you so much for joining me today and welcome to my podcast. It is the one with Paige the Framer and I am your host, Paige Miller. Welcome. Quickly, just to let you know who I am. I am the owner of Frame and Fiber, which is a picture framing and yarn shop in Point Pleasant, New Jersey. So if you ever find yourself in that part of New Jersey, stop in and say hi and check us out. I love my little shop and I think you will too. So, it's been quite some time since we have spent any time together. I think it's over a month at this point, and you're probably wondering why. Or at least, maybe you're not, but I'm going to tell you why. So usually I bring my laptop home from work and edit my video and then upload it from home, but I've been having some technical issues at the shop and I haven't been able to bring my computer back and forth, so I haven't been able to upload video. I've actually recorded a couple times in the past, recently anyway, and they just didn't make it up just because I wasn't able to edit, and so I'm gonna do my best to get this one up. I think this is gonna make it. But that's why I have not been consistent. So I have missed you guys. I hope you've missed me too. I hope you've noticed I've been gone. But yeah, I wanted to fill you in on a few things happening here at the frame shop or the yarn shop, whichever way you want to refer to it, and show you a few things that I'm working on, show you some other things that I have, some goodies, and then also let you know some of the upcoming excitement happening in these parts. So first things first, like I said, I'm Paige Miller. You can find me on Instagram and across social media as Paige the Framer. You can also find my frame shop, I keep saying frame shop, the yarn shop, on Instagram as well, and that is frame.and.fiber. So that is my handle on Instagram, and my battery's gonna die. Let me get a different one. Okay. And I also have an email newsletter that I have been sending out. So if you're interested in receiving that, check out FrameandfiberNJ, and on my website you can sign up for the newsletter. In the newsletter, it'll just be some new things at the shop, anything as far as gatherings or events, and then also any specials that I'll be running. So really simple, short and sweet, but it will be about monthly, maybe every other month that I'll send that out. So yeah, check that out. All right, so let's move on to the things that are happening around these parts. First thing coming up is the New Jersey Wool Walk. It is on April 4th through the 7th. I hope you guys are, if you're local that is, I hope you are attending. I know that there are, gosh, I think there's like 18 or 20 shops involved. I'll link down below to the New Jersey Wool Walk website so you can check out all the shops and see what they are all up to, and for any information for hours, that kind of sort of a thing. So yeah, it is April 4th through the 7th. Excuse me. And I have a lot happening here at Frame and Fiber for this event, which I'm very excited about. It's a fun time. It is very busy, very energetic, so stop in if you're around. The first thing coming up during the Wool Walk, so it's the 4th through the 7th. On April 5th, I am hosting a trunk show for Julie from Sweet Sparrow Yarns. She will be here with a lot of her new colorways, a lot of her old favorites. I hope you can stop in and say hi to her and to see her beautiful stuff. And then I'm also hosting a trunk show on the same day, April 5th, a trunk show for Natalie of Remembrances Pottery. She will be here with mugs and dishes for you guys to see and purchase. Very excited about that. I think this is the first time that Natalie and I will get to meet in person, so that'll be super fun. She and I have knitted together on the interwebs together, so we've met, just not in 3D. It's only been in 2D. 2D. sorry, Tootie. Oh my gosh, stop saying that. Sorry. I interrupt myself so easily in my brain. So yeah, Natalie will be here regarding the Remembrances Pottery trunk show. It is a limited quantity, so I just want to give you guys a heads up. The pottery is just for New Jersey, Wool Walk participants. So you have to come to the store to buy it. There's no shipping and there's no buying it online. It's just in-store only. And because it's limited, limited quantities, we are going to limit the purchases to 1 per customer. So you have to be here and you can only buy 1, just because they're in really high demand and a lot of you have reached out to me about them, and just to be fair to those who are participating and who are local. So like I said, Friday, April 5th is Remembrances Pottery and Sweet Sparrow trunk shows. And then on Saturday the 6th, I will be hosting a trunk show for Brooklyn Mojo Pantera, who is a very talented, I have some of her stuff. I bought these from her, I guess last year at some point. And so I brought them to show you. So she's gonna be here with her handmade textiles. She carves the blocks and then prints the fabric, and it's absolutely beautiful, all done by hand. And then she sews them. So she sells her fabric panels to those of you who would like to use them and make your own. My friend Sharon just made a gorgeous tote bag using her fabric sample or fabric pieces. I don't have a picture of that. I wish I could show it to you. Beautiful stuff. So let me show you first I bought a tea towel. Okay, so I am not fancy, and my house is not fancy, and I'm pretty functional. Like, nothing in my house is, I don't generally have things bought for because they're beautiful. I just buy because they're functional. So for instance, there are no towels in my house that you can't use. Like, I grew up with my mom and my stepmom who have these beautiful towels and do not touch them. Not me. You touch everything in my house and you can use it. However, I bought this tea towel, and Paul Miller is so used to me being like, yeah, whatever, use anything, that I had to be firm and tell him that he could not, under any circumstances, put his grubby, dirty hands on this tea towel. No grubby hands will be touching my tea towel. Do you see this? Oh my gosh, Pantera designed that. She carved it. I'm gonna speak out of turn, I'm sure. I'm probably saying the wrong thing, but she carved the block. I don't know what the block was. Was it wood blocking? Was it linoleum? Is it something different altogether? Is it silk screening? I'm pretty dumb not dumb, I'm just ignorant of that craft. It's amazing to me. So I'm not exactly sure what she uses to produce these. However, I do know that she designs them and prints them herself. And they're stunning and beautiful, and you need to see them in person. You need to check her out, Brooklyn Mojo. You can find her as Brooklyn Mojo on Instagram, and you can check out her website as well. Really cool stuff. And then I bought this from her. So I don't sew. Allison, who made those bags, which these are available during the New Jersey Wool Walk, which I'll talk about those in a second. I'm surrounded by the sewing people, so I don't sew myself. So I buy the things that are sewn. This bag is flippin' amazing. And I'm just pissed because I slammed the handle in the car door. There's a kink in my handle now because of slamming it in the car door. Okay, so that is her little bucket bin. This thing, look at that fabric. The handles. Y'all need one of these. I'm not even kidding. Everyone needs to buy one of these. Or if you sew, you need to buy the fabric and make one for yourself. So that's what I bought from Pantera a couple years, not a couple years, maybe last year I bought these. And I forget exactly where I heard of her first. I'm not sure if I just happened upon her on Instagram or if I heard about her from Kristen, who is the owner of Brooklyn Haberdashery. I can't remember, but I'm super glad that I found her because she's very talented, makes beautiful fabrics that speak to my aesthetic and my taste. Yeah, so that's that. My first tea towel that no one's allowed to touch. I think I'm gonna hang this up for when my stepmom and my dad come to visit. I'm gonna hang it up in a pretty spot so my stepmom can see it, and I'll feel like an adult. I'm 45 and I finally feel like a grown-up. Just a joke. But since I pointed to Allison's stuff, let me grab one. So I don't know if you guys saw these last year. Al made these. Al is Allison of Daisy Lane Design. Ooh! Her new logo. Look at Al's new logo. Oh my gosh. How pretty is that? Do you see the stitching on the outside of the circle and the little button for the daisy? Yeah, that's pretty cute. Leanne of Cocktail Hour at the Coop designed that for Allison. Pretty cute. All right, so Al made these again. These are her New Jersey bags. I'd say these are really good for like a one skein project, like a pair of socks or a small shawl, like something small. Sorry, burping. But I think it's cool because she makes these bags specifically for the Wool Walk because they're the Wool Walk colors, which is the pink and the black and the white. And she orders the Katrinkles buttons. Katrinkles makes these little heart buttons. And she puts the heart over Point Pleasant for Frame and Fiber. So that's really cute. So for the Wool Walk, she makes these. She also does these as local yarn shop love bags. If you live in whatever state, whatever town, wherever your yarn shop is, she will put the silhouette of your state and put the heart wherever you want to put it. So like if, for instance, you're in New Jersey and your local yarn shop is the Knit Sheep, which is a brandy new shop that just opened in Mount Laurel. I think that's right about there. So she could put the heart there. Or if you're in Cape May, she could put it down there. Or who else? Oh, the Yarn Attic. She could put it up there in Hillsborough, which I think that's right up here. Hillsborough, where are you? My geography. I think that's like right about there. Maybe not that high. Anyway, whatever. You don't need a New Jersey. You don't need a New Jersey lesson. So these will be here again for the Wool Walk. I think Allison really should be contacting all kinds of yarn shops and saying, hey, I can do your state and I can put the heart. Because tell me, you know, for those of us who do have a local yarn shop, who love our local yarn shop, you'd definitely be walking around with your local yarn shop pride. That's gonna fall. I better fix that. So, yes. So that's what's going to be here. Those are the ladies who are going to be here. And then also on Saturday the 6th, if you are popping in. So great things happening on Friday, great things happening on Saturday. I also have the Legacy Fiber Arts Trunk Show here from the 4th through the 7th. But on the 6th, which is that Saturday, with Brooklyn Mojo, Sue is most likely going to be here. She plans on being here, so the only thing stopping her is if something comes up. But her yarn's going to be here, but if you're lucky, you get to meet her on Saturday. So Sue that is, and Chelsea of Legacy Fiber Arts dyed up for me. This is the second year in a row that they dyed up a custom colorway for my shop, which is really fun because it's like the whole year is this color. But I debut it at the New Jersey Wool Walk, and it's fun. So here's Legacy. Oops, let's do this. Come on, focus. There we go. All right, so there we go. Legacy Fiber Arts, and there is the colorway. So it's pretty true to color. Yeah, that's pretty good. Although you're not seeing as much of, like, right in here, these speckly goodnesses are a little bit more purpley. So this is a beigey base yarn with pinks and purples, but they're on the warmer tone, not the cooler tone or cooler end of the spectrum. They're at the warmer end. And this is called Sea Urchin. If you remember last year's colorway, which I'm going to show you because I have hoarded a few of them, like literally 3 of them. But this was last year's colorway. This was called Sea Glass. Oops, let's see. And that's on that same beigey base. And last year it was just blues and teals. And this year is the pinks and the purples. So I think this is really beautiful. It's called Sea Urchin. Did I say that? Yes, I think I said that. And this is only available here. It's so fun to be able to say that. You can only get this here. So for the wool walk, I have a bunch on DK. Yeah, they're DK base, their Cozy Toes base, which is the MCN base, and their Steel Toes, which is the merino nylon. And then I got some minis too. So this will be here for the wool walk. And then once the wool walk is over, I will definitely offer these up to you guys online who would like to get your hands on some of these. And we'll just do that through Instagram. I'll probably put up a picture and then let you guys just get in touch with me on Instagram and just let me know if you want 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever it is you want. But yeah, they're really pretty. Do you see that? They look good with Allison's bag. And then, because of the, what am I trying to say? The custom colorway, during the wool walk, I do raffles. So there's, each day there's a prize. So it's Thursday, there's a prize for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then there's an overall prize. So you have a chance to win 2 prizes, 1 for the day that you come and 1 for the entire wool walk. Not the entire wool walk, you know what I mean, the whole weekend. So this is the grand prize. This is the one that encompasses all 4 days. And I put this together. So you get the custom colorway from Legacy Fiber Arts. You get a, oh, did I drop it? You get a photo frame, a photo mat, not a frame, just the mat, from me, one of my little nitty mats. And then you also get a project bag made for you by, can you see that? No, you can't see that, can you? Well, it's made by Seashore Sharon. She made this. And then one of my progress keepers and a sample of soak wool wash. So I think that's a pretty fun prize. The daily prizes are similar. There's just not as much stuff. So that's the prize for the wool walk. You get one of these pretties and a Seashore Sharon bag. That's exciting. This year, the wool walk, we're doing pins instead of bags. Oh, let's see if I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. So how cute is that little pin? So that's our pin this year. Wherever they got these made, like whatever company made these are really nice. They're very smooth. I like these a lot. So that's the wool walk. Those are the people who are going to be here for the wool walk. And then I have a couple trunk shows that are being sent to me, which will be here the 4th through the 7th for the wool walk, but then also I will probably keep them for like a week or 2 after, just so that people can stop in if they need anything. You know, if they have regret that they didn't buy something, it'll be here for a week. And that is Mitchell's Creations. So excited about Mitchell's Creations. So my friend Tara and I met on Periscope, and she was starting her, or she had already started her indie dyed yarn business. And every week we would be talking about what we wanted to do with our businesses and how we wanted to grow it. And she would show colorway after colorway of beautiful yarn. So then of course I started following her on Instagram, and on Instagram she's Mitchell's C Fiber Arts. I'll link everything below. So I started following her, and then it was like one post after the other were just these incredibly cool and different colorways. And I just thought her inspiration was really cool too. It just spoke to me. So I love her stuff. And she is in Alabama, and she is shipping me a ton of her yarn for the wool walk. So if you are familiar with Tara and would like to see her yarn in person, stop on in and see it. But yeah, I'm really excited. And then I'm also receiving yarn from Emily from Woolfiend, which if you've watched any of these in the past, I'm a big fan of Emily's yarn. I mean, I'm a big fan of all of these yarns. I do have to say, like, I probably wouldn't have a trunk show for someone I didn't really know or like love their yarn. So if I'm showing their stuff, it means I really love them. Love all of these people. I'm really excited for all of the different yarns that are going to be in my shop for that weekend. I really hope you can pop in and see them. I'm looking at the wall over there, which is where I have some, like, I still have some Sweet Sparrow in stock and some Legacy and Woolfiend. I kind of like to keep some in stock, but there's going to be a ton more. So yeah, that's that. That's the wool walk. That's pretty much it. I think that's a lot. Hope to see you. All right, what's next? That's the wool walk. So, that's not it. I forgot one more thing for the wool walk. Do you remember when did he do that for me? My friend Greg made pottery for me for some function or event. I cannot remember why he did it. But anyway, my friend Greg made of Laplaca Pottery Works. He made mugs for me with, they had medallions on the mugs that had either a knitted cable or a knitted basket weave. They're really pretty. I sold them back in the fall, I think. So I asked him if he would want to make some mugs for the wool walk, and he did. And he made the cutest mugs. So, even though I will probably sell out of Natalie's mugs so fast, Potter, who lives here and works in the workshop behind my store, is here all the time, and he made these cute unraveling sheeps. These mugs are great. I love them. Aren't they pretty? So these will be here as well. Just wanted to show you guys. I think it's fun that he is catching on to how fun the knitting world is and how the knitters, we knitters and crocheters, love all the sheepy things. So he's having fun making mugs for us, I think. So I wanted to invite you guys to share some love with me. Share some love with me? Help me share some love? How do I say that? My friend Ellen, who is Knit by a Lefty on Instagram, I guess it was last year, she and some fellow knitters or crocheters or both started a campaign that was called Jewish Hearts for Pittsburgh for the mass shooting that happened there. Well, she's doing it again which is sad, but she wants to show more love to the Muslim community in Christchurch, New Zealand, who just suffered a devastating loss in yet again another terror attack. So if you guys want to join us, we are making hearts. They can be knitted, crocheted, punch rugged, cross-stitched, sewn, any type of craft. Just asking to make a heart in any color that you choose. They want to hang them around the area in Christchurch to show the community that they are supported and they are loved, and there's more love than there is hate. So here is my heart. Oh, one of my hearts. This is not the best color heart. I mean, that's kind of drab, but I wanted to practice just to see if I liked the way it came out, and I do. I'm gonna put a little, I made another one here too, so I want to do prettier colors though, bright, cheerful love colors. So if you check on Instagram, Baker's Wool, oh gosh, see, I knew I was gonna forget. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. It might not be Baker's Wool. It is Baker's Wool. Baker's Wool in Christchurch, New Zealand. The woman who owns that yarn shop is going to be the one that we are sending the hearts to. I'm going to link below, and maybe I'll flash up here the a picture of where to send it to. So we're sending them off. Knit by a Lefty on Instagram. She has a post in her Instagram feed that gives you all the information, so check that out. I have an Instagram post on my feed as well that connects you there. So there's plenty of information out there. You just have to search for it, because I didn't do a good job right now. But I am going to collect a bunch here and send them off together. It might be less expensive to ship everything flat rate in one box rather than everyone shipping it separate. So if you think it's cheaper for you to just send your heart to my shop, which is Frame and Fiber, you can find that information out on my, I mean, you can Google it because it's public information. My website, not my website, my mailing address, and then I can ship them off together. They're asking to have these by May 5th, and so I want to email, I keep saying email, I want to mail these out, I'm so sorry, around April 25th. So I figure if I give myself 10 days to, no, I'm sorry, April 20th. April 20th is when I want these to be in. So make a heart, either send it to me or send it straight to Baker's Wool in New Zealand to give some love and support and encouragement to that community. Okay, I think that's that. Another event that happens locally here is a gathering of knitters and crocheters in Asbury Park, New Jersey. It is called Knit in the Pit. And I first heard about it from Russell, who owns Balzac Yarns in Ocean Grove. If you are participating in the Wool Walk and you're heading, say, between my shop in Point Pleasant and Chelsea Yarns in Red Bank, it's a quick pit stop to the east. I mean, really quick pit stop because it's like right there. To check out Balzac Yarns. They are not part of the Wool Walk this year because they opened too soon. They weren't able to get onto this year's Wool Walk, but they will participate next year. But do stop in and see Russell because he's a sweetheart and his shop is incredible and he has some amazing yarns there. He even sells yarn from, I want to call her my friend, but I've never met her in person. One day I will meet her in person, but Lola Bean Yarns. You can see that in person at Balzac Yarns. All right, so anyway, why was I telling you that? Oh yeah, Knit in the Pit. So the second Friday of every month at 6 p.m. we meet at the Asbury Hotel. They have a bar and they have snacks, and so we can get drinks and some nibbles, and we just sit and knit and chat, which is going to be so much fun. I went last month and it was great. So if you're around, come on down to Asbury. Even if you're like, you know, the train stops right there, so you can take the train. But John Giswald, who is the host of Knit in the Pit, is helping spread the word about Hat Not Hate, which I'm a little bit unsure of where and who started it. I'm not sure if it was Brooklyn Boy Knits that started it or if it was Lion Brand Yarn that started it. But regardless, they're all working together to make 25,000 hats to promote anti-bullying. It's called Hat Not Hate. That's the hashtag. You can check that out on the Instagrams and you will see all of the happenings. So that's making a blue hat, and they want to give out blue hats for anti-bullying to 25,000 students in, I think it's the 5 boroughs, or it's, yeah, I'm gonna say New York. That's a good blanket. New York. So I would like to make a blue hat, and I know Knit in the Pit is promoting that. So I think even if you just come to Knit in the Pit and that's when you work on your blue hat, I think that's what I might do. So check that out. Knit in the Pit and Hat Not Hate. Community, people. It's all about community. Don't listen to me. You can listen to me. Oh my gosh, stop talking. Is there anything else I need to tell you guys about? I have a chalkboard up here with all of the things that are happening. Oh. Local Yarn Shop Day is April 27th. That's a Saturday. That'll be fun. Check out check the yarn shops around you to see what they're doing to promote that day. I also am looking forward to Maryland Sheep and Wool, which is May 4th. Nope. Yes, 4th and 5th. And April, dang it, I keep saying the wrong thing. May 3rd is the day before Maryland Sheep and Wool, and that's that Friday, is Needles Up. I am participating with my knitty mats. These are photo mats, so it's an 8x10 picture frame, not a picture frame, a mat that fits in an 8x10 frame, and it's a 4x6 opening. So it's a traditional size for a photograph for you to print out or to have printed. I also have them framed. I like them in the little simple white frame. I think they're pretty cute like that. So I'll be at Needles Up with that. There will be a ton of these here for the wool walk as well. Yeah, but if you're gonna be at Maryland, please, and you see me walking about, say hi. I would love to see you. I think that's it. Knit in Public Day is in June, and oh my gosh, June. I just mentioned June. Let's not go that far ahead. We'll leave it there. So I think that's it. I don't really have much else to talk about other than knitting. If you'd like to talk about knitting on this knitting podcast. Oh, yeah. All right, so I wanted to have this done for the New Jersey Wool Walk, but I just don't think I'm going to have time to, I don't have a lot of knitting time right now with all of the things that I'm planning for. But I'm working on Piper's Journey using Kelborn Woolen's yarn called Andora. It is a 60-40 cotton linen blend. It's a really lovely, oh, it smells like coffee. It's a really lovely blend. So this is what I have. It's a small shawl. It's more like a little scarf. A shawl shaped scarf. A scarf. Just cracked my shawl. Stop. So that's the applied border, which I think is really pretty. There we go. Super pretty border. So I'm not even halfway done with the border. It's really funny when you do, well, for me anyway, knitting a shawl that has the, is it called applied border? I'm calling it applied borders. It feels like you're like knitting so fast and that you're going to be done with this project so quickly, and then suddenly you get to the border where you have to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth 1,000 billion times. So they're not as fast as in my brain, but it's stinking pretty. So this is written by Paula Emmons Fusel. No, Fusley. Dang it! Paula, if you're watching this, you know I screw up your last name every single time. I'm really sorry. But dear Paula she is the host of the Knitting Pipeline podcast, which is like, it's an audio podcast, which you should check out. And she also is the host of the Knitting Pipeline retreats that take place throughout the year, but I go to her retreat in Maine and it is a great time. I've met so many amazing people there. So I am doing this pattern in honor of Paula, as she, yeah, just because Paula's kick-ass, really. So I'm knitting on that. This is a fun knit. It is just squishy garter and then that applied border. Nothing, like I don't need to look at the pattern now that I have the pattern repeats kind of memorized, so I'm able to just knit this as I go, and it's really fun. I was at the dentist this morning knitting on this. Yeah, really, really great. And this yarn, it's a beautiful, I think it's gonna be a great springtime shawl. So check it out, Piper's Journey, using Calborn Woolens and Dora. Incredible yarn. I do, once I have this blocked and done, I will show it to you guys, and I'll probably have kits put together for this project. It just takes 2 skeins, so. And actually, it takes 2 skeins. It's a sport weight yarn, but their skeins are 50-gram skeins. So if you have 100-gram skein of something, you could probably get it out of that. Pretty cool. Okay, and then, so I've only been working on 2 projects. I do have a sock going in here, but I haven't touched it in a little while. But I'm making progress on my Bodhi cardigan. If you will remember, I've been working on this for quite some time. I am a slow knitter. My friend Rena is the slow knitter. She is the Slow Knitter podcast, and I wish that she would let me be known as the slow knitter instead of her, because I feel like I am the slowest knitter. I'm slower than her. So here we go. This is the Bodhi cardigan. Ooh, look, it looks like I did a whole ton, doesn't it? Yes. And I have, like, I will say, I think I'm on my 4th ball of yarn or my 3rd ball of yarn. I have it written down in my book. You would think I'd have my book with me. 1, 2, oh no, it's 3. I'm 3 skeins in. So, what can I say about this? I'm having a grand old time. A grand old time. Knitting on this. I've been measuring as I'm knitting to see, just to see, is my gauge changing? Am I still kind of being consistent? Measuring so I can see if I'm still hitting where I think it should hit. So far, so good. No complaints, guys, about this pattern at all. I mean, I guess the only, well, all right, no complaint about the pattern. But for me, I need to plan ahead, because I can definitely knit on this with friends, but I need to plan for it, because once you get to the end of a section, like this is, so what do we've got here? There is 1, 2, 3, 4 different sections. This is called the downstairs step. This is called bricks, and then this is called upstairs step, and then this is, I forget what she calls this one, star crest, I think, or star fallen, I forget. But this little bump, pearly bumps in between each one, welt, that's what that's called, this welt in between each one. Each one of these, I have to change my needle sizes every single time. So you've got, I think, yeah, this is a size US 6, a US 5, a US 6, a US 5, a US 6, a US 5, a US 8. And that's to keep, obviously, for gauge, so that the pattern, the different stitch patterns work out so that I'm wearing, it's not a lumpy looking cardigan. So it's not that big of a deal because I'm using my ChowGoo interchangeables, so I just change the tips. But if I'm out and about and I only have a row or 2 left in one pattern and it's time to change and I forget to bring my interchangeable set with me, that's it for knitting. So is that a complaint? No, not really. Really. How dare you, Elizabeth Doherty, write a pattern where I have to remember to bring my supplies with me. So yeah, Blue Bee Studios, the Bodhi cardigan. I have one more welt to do, one more welt section, and then I think I'm at the point where I separate for my pockets. My first time knitting pockets. It's very exciting. I keep thinking I should do the pockets a different color because that sounds cute. Oh shit. Oh, sorry. Sorry. All right. I dropped my bag. Why did it startle me? I don't know. That's it for knitting. I guess I should have said more. I really should have said more. As in, Elizabeth Doherty is the Doherty or Doherty? Blue Bee Studios. She wrote the pattern. It is the Bodhi cardigan, and I am using Luna Gray Fiber Arts in her Nova Worsted 100% merino wool non-superwash in her honeycomb pattern, honeycomb colorway. It's so funny when I watch other podcasts, I feel like they talk so much more in depth and detail about each project that they're doing, and I'm totally engaged the whole time, but for some reason I like speed through the knitting. It's in my Fat Squirrel project bag that I bought. I think this was from Maryland. Oh, maybe this was from, no, this was from Rhinebeck this year. So that's that. I think that really is, that's that. I have missed you guys. I really miss the interaction. When I upload a podcast, it's fun because then I'll get, you know, either comments or direct messages on Instagram or emails from you guys just chatting about the things that I chatted about, and it's been really fun to meet some of you. Oh, I just saw myself in the viewfinder and I realized I didn't talk about this. This, obviously, you guys probably all know what this is. It's the Shift Cowl by Andrea Maori. And notice that it's not spin cycle yarns. These are solids. How pretty is this in just plain old solid yarn, right? So this was knitted by my lovely friend Michelle. She works here at the shop. She's a fabulous knitter. She teaches classes here. And she knit this up for a sample for the shop. And when I got here this morning, I was chilly, so I threw it on. Using O-Wool O-Wash Sport. Do you guys know O-Wool? Because you should. O-Wool is squishy goodness. All American wool, like all American sourced wool, I guess I should say, and just run and owned and dyed by a sweet girl. Her name is Jocelyn, and she lives in Pennsylvania. She has a farm. I sound like a geek. But O-Wool is beautiful, and I carry this yarn at the shop. It's super exciting to carry this yarn at the shop. So after the wool walk, I'm thinking of putting kits together for this too, because, well, I'm gonna do kits for this for the wool walk, but I think this would be a really pretty one to offer. Look at it. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Okay, I think I should be done now. I've probably kept you for way longer than you need me to. So good to see you guys. Good to be with you. Hope to see you very soon. And that's it. Go forth and knit and be happy, right? I will check you next time. There I go, saying check you next time. Check you next time. Catch you next time. I'll see you next time. Bye. Okay, so we usually walk down here, but look at the flood. Holy mackerel. Clearly we're not walking that way, Jim. my gosh. Cannot believe how high the water is. This is where all the skunk cabbage grows, right? Skunk cabbage? Or am I thinking of the other?
I think it grows all over the...
Because this isn't the river right here, the river's over there, right? I don't think this...
It's so different right now.
I know, it's crazy. Like, I feel like there was a lot of flat and then you get to the river. Holy crap. Flood plain.
Right? I want that basketball.
I know, get it. Someone lost a basketball.
The artillery range is right over there.
Oh, right. Holy mackerel.
Yeah.
That is insane how much water is coming through here.
Great. Oh my gosh.
Have you ever been back here when it's this high?
Nope.
No, me neither. Hi guys. Oh, too bright. Oh, really bright. Ouch. Jim's back there. Can you see her? She just peed. So she's really happy I told you that. So we just finished our hike. Well, we're heading back to the car. Jimmy texted me this morning and we decided that we need to get outside. Where is she? There she is. I'm really glad we got outside because fresh air and activity, as in moving my body. Yes, it's all good, right? We all know. Good for your heart, good for your body. But I think it's even better for my brain. Holy mackerel, it's so pretty. The light is so lovely on those. Can you see them right there? I don't know if you can see it the way I see it, but it's really pretty. There she is. So we were looking for, do we say antler shed or just shed?
Wait, say that again?
Like we were looking for antlers. Do we say we were looking for sheds?
Sheds.
We're looking for antler sheds?
I think sheds, right?
Well, we didn't find anything. We found poop. And you guys know how much I love poop. Every time I go in the woods and I videotape, I talk about poop.
Oh,
I mean, like every single time.
about all kinds of poops.
Like if people ever binge watch my channel, they can make it a drinking game. Every time I say poop.
You have a poop compilation.
All right, ciao. Nope, strike all that. See, I can't do this without editing. Also, if you're interested in receiving an email newsletter from me, please visit FrameandfiberNJ and you can sign up there to receive my emails. I would like to say they're going to be monthly, but it'll probably be more every other month or quarterly. I'm not the savviest when it comes to that kind of stuff, and I don't write very well. So let me just sell it to you.